Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen news update, going over what's happening this week. CIG are going to be showing off the cargo refactor. We have some dev responses, more 2952 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo information, buyback token schedules, and more. This week in Star Citizen, ending the 6th of November 2022, we've got a few things happening. Later on Wednesday, we're going to see the October's Persistent Universe and Squadron 42 monthly reports. Really useful sources of information there. We're obviously going to be summarizing and sort of deep diving into those once we have them. Thursday on Inside Star Citizen, we're looking at the current progress of the cargo refactor coming online in now for 3.18 and revisiting the Rastar tool, which is going to be used for eventually base building, but they're discussing how it's evolved since CitizenCon 2951, so last year's CitizenCon, and seeing how it's being used to place new outposts throughout the Stanton and Pyro systems. Friday on the Star Citizen Twitch at 4 PM UTC, we've got Star Citizen Live. We don't know exactly what's going to be on there yet, but the new updated formats for Star Citizen Live are very development info heavy, probably worth a watch. And if not, you can watch our summary of it, which is even better. A Star Citizen dev, Gozer, CIG, posted on Spectrum. Greetings, everyone. Later this week, you should be getting your first details about the cargo refactor coming in 3.18 via Inside Star Citizen. I'm sure there will be many questions about it, so before that happens, I wanted to start a thread and introduce myself, since probably one of the first things will be, who is this Griffiths guy, and where did he come from? Well, that's me. And I am the new lead designer for the USPU team. I joined the team in August 2022 in the Austin studio. If there are any long-term players of Star Trek Online reading this, you'll probably recognize the forum handle. I am in fact the same Gozer. I've been a Star Citizen backer since the original Kickstarter and a pretty regular player for the last year or so. I will be heading the design team for USPU and working with other CIG teams in order to deliver new systems, as well as new player-facing content like missions and events that use those systems. It would basically be a similar structure to the EUPU and the mission feature team in the UK, only this will be here in the US, Austin, LA. When I started in August, work was already well underway on Physicalized Cargo Tier 0. Once you get to watch the Inside Star Citizen, we can have a chat about what Tier 0 brings, as well as what it actually doesn't. I'm sure you've heard this before, but Tier 0 is just the framework, but there has been a great deal of work just to get this part functional and into a state where we can move on to more exciting stuff. The design for the next step is basically complete and ready to start on once we get Tier 0 out the door to you. Anyhow, that's it for the moment, but I will be back once you have a chance to watch the update later this week. There was a new post about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. IAE 2952 prepared to take off. The galaxy's premier annual aerospace event, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, starts soon on November 18th. We've just launched our IAE 2952 website with more information about the event returning to the Tobin Expo Center on Microtech, so it's 100% confirmed to be at New Babbage on Microtech, including the official schedule, so check that out. Add the event to your calendar and prepare for 13 days of ships, and more ships during this year's IAE, with new vehicle announcements, special edition paints, and free test flights for over 100 pilotable vehicles. Join us for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952, and don't forget that Star Citizen will be free to play from November 18th to the 30th. They will be putting a FAQ post out with more details, limited ship waves, and dates, etc. for all of your FAQ needs. We've got the buyback token schedule as well for 2023. Each quarter, a new buyback token will be distributed to your account, providing you the opportunity to reclaim a ship that you had previously melted using store credit. Otherwise, you basically have to buy with new money again if you want to unmelt a ship that you've previously melted, but once a quarter, bam. You don't have to. You can use these tokens. They don't stack up or anything. You just get one ability to do that per quarter. The 2023 schedule is for Q1, Monday the 9th of January, Q2, April 3rd, Q3, July the 3rd, and Q4, October the 2nd. Those are when you get those tokens back on your accounts. I saw a dev response with the original poster putting up a post on Spectrum. Why not show shields in value and not percent of total amount? As it's a bit convoluted right now, is basically the crux of that post. CIG's Yogi Clat responded, It's just what we decided back then with the stuff we had available. The shield display is based on a legacy multifunction display tech, which we can't change. We actually tried to simply hide that shield face number and only use the display itself, but it didn't work because the legacy flash files are very hard to access and modify. So we left it in the state where we thought it was functional enough. Going forward, we will not invest any more time into Legacy Shield MFDs. The new displays are currently in the works, and quite a lot on them changed anyways. So don't expect to see changes in the short term to them, or them updated in the short term, but obviously the new systems are coming. We've got the new Moby-Glass, we've got star maps, mini maps, we've got all those MFDs, and sort of cockpit experiences are all changing and updating and getting all renewed. Lots and lots of changes to ships are coming, and the usability of those ships. So all of these things rolled in together with the new changes to having a travel mode with a quantum control mode, basically going bam, your ship is in quantum mode, it can cruise, it can do quantum boost, it can quantum travel long distances, but it has no shields or weapon access. Or bam, you can change that to standard control mode, SCM, and have your SCM speeds, which are like up to 300 meters per second, though you can boost a little bit better for a short period of time. But you have access to your sort of utility items and your shields and weapons, all that sort of stuff. So it's a really interesting change there, and all these things together really should lend to a great ship experience and take Star Citizen in the direction that they've been trying to push it since day one. But obviously they've been trying lots of different things, they haven't worked, some of them, lots of jousting and stuff has happened in game. But now we're starting to turn the corner, and a load of these old legacy systems are being pushed out. This month's RSI subflare, so if you are a voluntary subscriber to the RSI subsystem, where you pay monthly amounts of money for either to be a Centurion or a Imperator, you get some cool little subflare. And this month, we've got Xi'an flight suits, which are adapted for human use. They're weird looking. You get them in gold if you're a Centurion. You get the gold and a red one if you are a Imperator, and there is a sort of silvery one in the sub store as well if you want to purchase that. I do not like them. They are weird. The red one looks like Elon Musk's Halloween costume. Again, for RSI subscribers, the vehicle of the month that you'll have access to all month is the Mule, which is an interesting choice. You can also pick up a Hull A with some extras. Please remember, with sub-items like these new flight suits, after a 3-month exclusivity period, you will be able to find them in lootable boxes and on sort of NPCs' bodies and stuff like that in the verse. So there are other ways to get them other than purchasing them or being a subscriber. Boom! That's it for today's news. I'm really interested to know, what do you think of those Xi'an flight suits? They're really weird looking in my opinion. We're keenly awaiting on more info about Alpha 3.18. We know it's planned for a live build early December, but I'm hoping we see Wave 1 later in November. What do you think? Are you going to be picking up anything during the IAE? Are you looking forward to the monthly reports? We're going to be covering those in depth. What do you think about the cargo refactor? What will it actually give us tangibly in 3.18? Just physicalized commodity cargo or something a bit more? Are you really excited about the Corsair turning up in the IAE, or are you going to be picking up whatever this new other Drake ship that's turning up? You're going to be trying to pick up whatever it is. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Hello, I'm Winston Churchill, and I use NordVPN to defend the Internet Empire. We will fight the ants on the beaches, we shall fight on the Internet, we shall fight the trackers and the malware. Whether we want to watch Netflix for another country or have greater accessibility to the Internet, we will defend our island home. At any rate, that is what we're programmed to do.
Thanks, Winston Churchill. What? What do you mean, Tin? That wasn't Winston Churchill? Point still stands. Go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer to get yourself discounted NordVPN, or use the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For November, we're giving away a Crusader Spirit C1. It's a fantastic looking multi-role ship that can fit a vehicle in the back or a load of cargo, and it looks really cool. It's got loads of forward-facing weaponry and a tractor beam. As it's a concept ship though, the winner will have a Cutlass back in the meantime as a loaner. It comes with access to the game and lifetime insurance too, so bam! Even if you don't have Star Citizen stuff yet, you can get straight into the game with this. It's all you need. Just comment on any of my videos this month to be in for a chance of winning. A massive thank you to everyone that has used the join button under my videos to become a channel member, and my Patreons. You guys are awesome. It really does help the channel. Please consider becoming one of those lovely people too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.